All right, here we go again. For like the 18th, 16th, 1 billionth time, the bronze and silver cards are not out. So I'm assuming that it's definitely not, the pre-release is definitely not the 25th. We're gonna have to assume that it's definitely the 26th because that just makes more sense. As people have mentioned, I was watching an Apex Legends tournament yesterday, and it could be that maybe things are more delayed than we think because of the pandemic. Maybe there's some issues causing them not to be able to release stuff, but want to retract that almost because these things are pretty much planned way in advance. They probably have like an automatic system that's releasing half of this stuff. I would be highly surprised if there's actually a something behind the scenes actually doing this in some shape or form. So this card just got its name corrected. This card is new. This is a Officer Natura. So the other one was he was a Commander Machina. This is a Officer Natura. So now we got another officer coming in, which we now know what the other card could be boosted. So we have to look at this as a card that could be in the deck. It's kind of crazy. Now it has a crystallized. Swordcraft having crystallized sounds stupid. Fanfare. Put a natural great treat into the hand. That's pretty cool. Last words, if it is your turn, which it should be, technically, really. Randomly put one of the highest cost natural cards that cost X play points or less from your deck into your hand. X equals your remaining play points. Okay, so remaining play points. So the way that countdown works is that it kills itself on your turn, right? So this card costs 7, so you could play it on turn 6 for 1. You play it on turn 6 for 1, and then you're gonna get this card pretty much automatically. That's kind of how that would work. So that's kind of cool. So what does it do when you actually do play it? Ward, fanfare, if there are no other allied followers in play, recover 6 play points. So you play it for pretty much for free. And yeah, and it's the highest cost natural card. So I think this is the highest cost natural card that's going to be in the deck. So it just it has a way to cycle itself. Because even if you were to play it on turn 7, you would be able to play it again, right? Because you play it for 7. On turn 7, you have 1, and then you can do it again and keep playing it. And then even if not, you still have a lot of points left over, 6 play points after you play it. Pretty strong. It is a ward. It is a 6/8 ward and Evo full stats. As we know with the Pauperous Prince, if it was in the deck, which it should be, because then this thing is a 7/9 evolving into a 9/11, which I live in America, that sounds weird. All right, so it's still crazy, right? That's a pretty crazy, and it's a ward, so you have to deal with it. That is a big fat ward, and as we know, it's really good for stalling. I think that this card, the natural sword, is just you know, pumping up the monsters with the what the heck is that guy's name? Lion Daddy. I don't remember his name. Lion Daddy, and he's gonna be buffing up a bunch of monsters. So even worse, this card will be even stronger in that deck. So I don't know. I don't know if it's worth, again, taking out an Evo sword. It's a really big card, but it always gives you a natural tree, so it has to run a natural sword. But again, we don't know what else is here. All we know is the impact soldier, and this card's trash. You're not putting this in there. Are there more officers or more natural support within these 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, a couple cards? What is it, 6 cards that is gonna, you know, invoke you to do that. Also, they're letting you know Diani is coming, which is pretty cool. Really cool card. You don't really see her that often because she's a 10 cost. 6, like, she hits twice, so she's 6 damage, but she is an officer. I think I mentioned in the other video with the same card, so she can get boosted in the deck and become 10 cost, 8 damage to face, which is not that bad. Most people just use it for accelerate, and at that point it's kind of not worth it. So Android Artisan, I think, is a new card, and this is a fanfare, put a paradigm shift. So we have another card that puts the paradigm shift in the hand. So at first we thought it was just going to be the Iron Sting, which they had a terrible name before. I thought it was just going to be this card. So now there's another card. See, this is why the bronze and silver cards are so important, because now there's more support for paradigm shift. So there's more support of you getting paradigm shift earlier and actually getting it down in cost and then getting those other 3 artifacts. So that's really good. Oh, there's a legendary, but let's go with the synchronization. Choose, put a analyzing artifact, verificating artifact, radiant artifact, or a paradigm shift into your hand. More paradigm shift support. This is what we need to know. This is, see, I think that, and if you look at the Reddit comments, some of them are saying, and I'm not gonna look through all of them, but some of them are saying it's kind of awkward. I forgot to go over that. It's kind of awkward not seeing the bronze and silvers because they really navigate the deck to see what new cards you want to be running. This is showing so much artifact portal support that now you actually get to say, well, oh, it's getting a lot of support here. The Machina might not get enough support, and then with the current old package, it might not be enough for portal. You might be like, and there's still not enough portal support. You might have to wait till the mini expansion for it to be officially good. Right now there's a lot of artifact support. There's currently artifact portal being ran at the moment, so I think that it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. I think so far on paper, it looks like Artifact Portal is gonna be good. You're gonna have to cut out some of the float cards, I think. It's a cool aspect of it, but I think you're gonna have to cut out some of that crap and then put in some of these things to get the paradigm shift and then really get it going. I think that it looks like it's gonna be a really strong deck. Let me do this one first, and then I'll go back to the other one. I'm a bad guy. So this is a Portalcraft Machina, see even more Machina support. 2 costs, 2/1 rush when an allied artifact, and it's artifacts, like they mix them. It's so weird that they do that. It's just so like, I feel like just so you can use Magnet Giant and then kind of get the cards that get you the artifact support. So when an allied artifact card comes into play, gain the ability to evolve for 0 evolution points. Now this is interesting. This is not fanfare. So the way that this is written is almost like Lencia. Lencia has a effect that when an officer comes into play, she evolves automatically. So this card is written in that way that when an artifact comes into play, she has the ability to evolve for 0 evolution points. She does not automatically evolve though. I do think that Portal needs more cards like that because their evos are always kind of contended. And they started doing that with cards that at hand 6 and hand 7 evolve by themselves, so that's pretty good. So when this card does evolve, if you have at least 6 play points, use 6 play points and gain X plus X plus X. X equals the number of artifact with different names. Well, we do know that that can be up to 10 now. We've done the math, right? That can be up to 10. Logically, I think it's usually going to be like 3 because all the other smaller ones that have come out. So I'll look at this as a +3 or +4. So, you know, we got a rush. It evolves rush, but it doesn't really matter. It's a Machina card, so it's like it dying, I guess, helps out if you're going Machina as well. You could use it as just a Machina card. I don't think you'd want to use it just because, I mean, it dying helps out the other legendary, the neutral legendary from the past. Each one that dies, it's a nice little killer. If there's something important to clear on the field, you could just drop it and rush into something that has 2 defense. And this thing is going to take a while to do too. It can have its cost lowered as well from other cards that are in Portal Machina, so it could be a 1-drop. I don't know, it's weird, the artifact aspect of it. And it says if you have at least 6 play points, use them and then gain that amount. I don't know. Last but not least, we have the Shadowcraft Machina. He who once rocked. I love this. I was like, I hope it's like an old dead thing rocking out or something like that. I didn't want it to be like some rock monster or whatever. So it is accelerate 3, summon 3 assembly droids, and put a 9 play point he once rocked without the accelerate into the deck. So definitely ramping up you know, the Machinas in the deck. That's pretty good. And if you wanted to put this in there just for reanimation support, it's a 3-cost summon 3 things that are gonna die. I don't think that's really that good. But Storm, when you actually do play it, whether it's for 10 or 9, what I do like about this is that you can actually still play it on turn 10. I kind of hate the ones where it's like unplayable, like Prophecy, I think it was, from Rune, where it's like you couldn't play it unless it was under those conditions. You could still play this on turn 10. It's a Storm as ward, and when it dies, it reanimates 8. Now, we'd have to go and look into the stuff. I'm not going to do that right now. Reanimate 8 and Machina? I don't know. I feel like they might show us something else that's going to be good for that. Something that would be really good to reanimate for 8. Now, I know that I think in reanimate decks alone, that's going to be Arcus. The other Arcus would come under 7. So he would actually come back, which would be really good. So reanimate deck, I think, like, again, I think would be really good. So 7, he would get picked up from the reanimate 8. I don't know if there's a specific thing at 8 that's better than that. Also, if you're running Machina and Shadow, the reanimate, I think 8 would also cover the other card, the Skull guy. But again, if Machina is going to be good, you probably don't want to run the legendary Skull or whatever the heck that thing's name is that does 3 damage to all non-Machinas. I don't think you're going to run that. But this card looks really good for reanimate deck, even if you just play it on turn 9 or turn 10. No, they don't have any direct reanimate support like that anymore. That was the past, but not anymore. Okay, I'm an idiot. Actually, coming back to re-record this before I even release it, I forgot that this is Machina, and I forgot that Fleeting Joy is the actual thing. So this card can come out with Fleeting Joy, be a ward, last word reanimate 8. If you cut the Skull Lord out, right, then it's going to skip 8. It's going to skip 8 because there's nothing there, right? Skip 7. And then actually I think that it would reanimate Anea at 6 and then do that whole loop again. Oh man, I don't know why I didn't think about that. Oof. Just had to add that in because that's actually really major. That's really big. This card definitely going in the Machina Shadow deck. Oh man, I'm so mad I missed that. We need to see the rest of this stuff. Come on, Shadowverse. Come on, you could do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. That's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the cards. Let me know what cards you are looking forward to. Are you still waiting for the bronze and silvers like pretty much everyone else is? Are any of the cards that were revealed make you really think about making a deck? Knowing that there's more paradigm shift really makes me more comfortable with Artifact Portal. Like this card, Natura Sword was like, it was okay. It just, again, Evo Sword is just too damn strong. Like you just, it's just too strong. It's like everything that comes out for Sword, it's like, why is it even there? It'll be great once Evo Sword like rotates out, and then they'll probably have to go back to, oh yeah, we have another archetype. But anywho, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.